Hello everyone, welcome to week 2. According to the course calendar, in this week, we need to go through Epstein's 6 types of involvement. We need to start the introduction to parent involvement and also needs to cover the key points in chapter 1. We'll get started from Epstein's 6 types of involvement. To start with, I would like to ask you a simple question. Which one do you think plays a more important role in a child or student's education and development? School or family? I'll give you 3 seconds to think about it. Okay, here comes the answer. Studies show that both family and school play an important role in a child's development. Actually, there was a debate on this question 30 years ago. As a doctor student, though Joyce Epstein thought this kind of silly question, she completed her dissertation on it. When the result shows both families and schools are important, she thought furthermore, why not we combine the resources of the two? If teachers view children simply as students, they are likely to see family separated from the school. That is, the family is expected to do its job and leave the education of children to the schools. Actually, the way schools care about the children is reflecting the way schools care about the children's families. So, how can we get parents involved in children's school education? To answer this question, we can refer to Epstein's theory of overlapping spheres of influence. From a social organizational perspective, home, family, and school are 3 different spheres. We can use 3 circles to represent the 3 spheres. Spheres can be pushed together or pulled apart. If you notice the way the circles are drawn, part of the circles are intersected, some are not, which means some of the responsibilities are held by each individual group of people, some are shared. Think about what a family can do by its own, what school should be responsible for, and what are shared between the two. I'd like you to give an example for each of all these areas in your note. For all these spheres, they can get closer together or they can pull apart further. By practice and interpersonal interactions in each environment. If you think about when 2 people get along well, they cooperate together, the spheres will come closer. Like if the teacher and the parents cooperate well, there will be more shared area here. If they hate each other, there will be a very limited overlapping or even no overlapping. The extent of overlapping is affected by time in child's life. So, I'd like you to share with me about your personal experience. When did you want your parent to be more involved in school? I guess probably in kindergarten. When did you not want your parents to be involved in your school? Probably high school. Epstein's theory is also an extension of Bronfenbrenner's ecological model. Are you familiar with Bronfenbrenner's ecological model? If you have taken some of the DFSD courses, you might be familiar with it. Here, we will give a brief review of it. Bronfenbrenner proposed that an individual or a child's development is influenced by several different levels of contexts. The first level is called macrosystem. It has a direct role in a child's growth and development. Examples of macrosystem can be like families, classrooms, siblings, or peers. The second level is called meso system. It includes the influences of other relationships or links that exist in the macro system, like the interactions between families and classroom, peers and siblings. The third level is called axo system. Um, Axo system usually does not have a direct contact with the child, but it still influences the child, such as the loss of parent work environment. The fourth level is called the macro system. It is related with like the culture, the history, belief, and values. And there's one more, which is the chrono system. It's usually the time in which the individual lives in. So after a brief review of Bronfenbrenner's model, which level of system you think our courses mainly focuses on? As we have mentioned, family, school, and community, they have a direct role on the development of the child. So they are at the macro system level. We mainly focus on the relationship between family and school and community and family. So our courses mainly focus on the meso system. Next, we'll focus on the role of the child. In Epstein's theory, the child is located at the center of all the relationships. The child's learning, development, and success is fostered through the collaboration between the three spheres. Teachers and parents can never forget that children are the main actors in the process. If children feel they are cared for and are encouraged to work hard in the role of students, they are more likely to do their best to learn, to read, to write, to calculate, and learn all kinds of skills, talents, and remain in school. So the collaboration should aim to promote the children's academic skills, self-esteem, positive attitudes toward learning, independency, accomplishments, and achievements. Now it's time for us to go through the 6 steps of involvement. Here we have some keywords to help you memorize. Type 1, parenting. Type 2, communicating. Type 3, volunteering. Type 4, learning at home. Type 5, decision making. Type 6, community collaboration. Now let's get started with Type 1 involvement. Type 1 involvement emphasizes the basic obligations of families. You may want to make a stop here and go through each of these items respectively. To make it simple, the basic obligations of the families require the family to make sure that the children are healthy, safe, and they have the basic needs for their school, work, or activities. The basic obligations are of crucial importance. Later we will learn that actually some children who have the abused or neglected experience, they had the parents who lack of parenting skills. So what type of parenting skills are valuable here and why? Think about it. The Type 2 involvement focuses on the basic obligations of school. Schools should communicate with parents regarding the school programs and the students' progress, both in academic and in their social development. Can you think of some communications methods? Think about in your high school or middle school, what kind of communication methods your preschool used. Here, I may give you some examples like notice on school board, teachers make a phone call, home visiting, using report cards, or organize parent-teacher conferences? Are there any other methods that you think are good? Write down them on your notes. Step 3. Parent involvement at school. This includes ask parents to go to school, to assist the teachers, administrators, and even help other children in the classroom. It also includes involve the whole family to attend some school events. Schools need to work to accommodate the parents' schedule so that they can be available to attend the school events. And schools not only need to recruit the volunteers, they also need to train the volunteers. There are issues regarding with parents as volunteers, which may make it challenging sometimes. Can you think of some of the circumstances? Step 4. Parent involved in learning activities at home. Teachers need to give parents guidance on how to monitor and help their children in learning at home. Teachers may develop some activities on purpose to involve parents in their children's schoolwork. Furthermore, teachers may also want to provide information on academic and other skills the students need to pass each grade. Teachers need to give parents specific guidance on how to help their children with their homework. There could be some barriers to parents effectively participating at home. You can think about the parents who has a busy work schedule, who come from low-income family, or who of low education level. Step 5 is parent involved in decision-making, governance, and advocacy. Have you or your parents had the experiences of being in one of the following organizations? Be prepared. I would like we have a class discussion on this. You may want also to make a stop here and go through each of these following items. See if you agree or disagree with them. Step 6. Collaboration and exchange with community organizations. So what are the partners the school should collaborate with? How about the businesses get funding to support their activities? Cultural organizations, school get a broad view about the diversity of their students. Then how about other groups who can influence the children's education and the future success? Of course, they are all important. Schools can also involve some programs that provide or coordinate families access to community and to offer services. Schools vary in how much they know about community resources. So how can we improve this? Think about this question. We'll brainstorm in class later. So to bring the theory into practice, in 1996, Epstein founded the National Network of Partnership Schools to provide guidance to school districts on how to put this theory into practice. To 2010, the NNPS have boasted more than 15,000 schools and districts participants across 22 states. The studies have shown that the schools involved in NNPS have higher attendance rates, fewer discipline problems, and improved math and reading skills of the students. For more information, you can go to the NNPS website. There, they have the introduction for the 6 types of involvement, including the challenges, new definitions, and also successful examples for each types.